If you're skinny and you want to put on muscle, and you keep hearing this term bulking, and you want to finally build all the muscle that you wanted to, let me explain to you more about what it is. My name's Anthony. I've been a coach and trainer for the last 12 years, and I've competed in men's physique competitions, powerlifting, and building muscle is part of any training process. Now, the hardest thing is if you're skinny, or maybe you typically don't gain weight easily, you're known as a hard gainer, then building muscle and building strength can be very challenging for you, even if you feel like you're eating all the food in front of you. You may have heard of bulking in the terms of like dirty bulking, McDonald's bulking, clean bulking, and what does that really mean? Well, bulking is just simply eating more food than your body needs to a point where you see changes in the scale and in changes in muscle mass. So typically when you're bulking, if you're doing it at a good, healthy pace, you want to see your weight go up 0.5 to 1.5% per month. And I think a lot of times when people bulk, they can bulk too fast and they end up getting really fat, and they're not really building, just focusing on the muscle, because sometimes when you gain a lot of weight, you eventually have to lose all that weight, because I'm sure the goal is to be more jacked and not just more big and fluffy. It just depends on your goal, really. But before you get to that, if you're a hard gainer, your probably biggest problem is not the fact that you're worried about getting fat, is that, hey, you're eating all this food and your weight still isn't going up. So in this video, I'm just gonna go over exactly how to get through that problem and finally get started in building muscle. So the first thing is you wanna make sure your training is down pat. So that means you're strength training at least 2 to 3 times per week. Now, if you're strength training that many times, that means your body's getting a stimulus and a reason to add muscle mass in the first place. So you gotta have that. Now, assuming that you're working out and you're still not gaining weight, now it's time to look at your nutrition. And it's really simple in terms of when you look at calories. So if you don't know what calorie is basically how much energy your body uses in a day and how much energy your body intakes in a day. So if you're a younger person, let's just say you're a man, 16 years old to like 24 years old, your body is gonna require a lot more calories than someone who's a woman, who's older, because as a man, and as someone younger, your body's still growing, so your metabolism is really high. So you gotta make sure that you eat more than most. So typically, let's say if your calories is about 2,000 calories to stay the same weight, you need to be eating at least 250 to 500 calories more per day. So how do you know how much calories you're eating? Well, when you look at a nutrition label or you're searching something about your food, it'll actually tell you how much calories it is per serving. Once you start tracking your calories by logging everything into, let's say, an app or taking a journal, you wanna make sure that you're eating more calories than your body needs. And if you're doing that, you will definitely see the scale change. Once you've mastered calories and you've messed around with it a bit and you've been doing it consistently enough, now you want to focus on protein. So protein is foods that are like meats, fish, dairy, and these are the building blocks of muscle. So you need to have enough of them to maximize your body's ability to add muscle to your body. To do this, when you learn about a food, it'll also tell you how much protein is in that food. And most times, if you want to build more muscle, you need to eat at least 0.8 grams to 1 gram per pound of body weight. So if I weigh 150 pounds, I should aim to eat 150 grams of protein. And just to put that into perspective, if you look at your palm and you look at the thickness and like the size of it, that's typically gonna be around 25 to 35 grams of protein. So if I need 150 grams, I need to eat like 5 palms worth of protein throughout my whole day, every single day. So now you got the calories, you got your protein, and you got your training. This is gonna get you all the results you probably need to see success and finally start gaining weight. Now, there's obviously a lot of obstacles, because what happens is when you start eating more food, you start to feel more full and your body starts rejecting it. It starts telling you, hey, you're so full, don't eat more. But you actually have to supersede those feelings, because your body is so smart, it fights against you. It doesn't want you to gain excess amount of weight. When you're feeling full, you just have to remember to look at the numbers and just try to push it. You have to go mind over matter a little bit there. Other things that make it easy is having foods that are small but higher in calories. So for example, if you were to eat a whole head of of broccoli, that might only be 50 calories, but a tablespoon or a teaspoon of oil is gonna range between 50 to 100 calories. So see how it's so little and the broccoli is so big? That's why, like, if you have foods that are dense in calories, it's easier to gain weight without making you feel full, because that head of broccoli will sit in your stomach and take up a lot of space. So that's why foods like snacks, like chips, fries, fast foods, it's so much easier to gain weight on those foods because they're small and they have a lot of calories. So you can use those snacks sparingly. Like, don't be a complete degenerate and eat ice cream and burgers all day long, because you're not gonna feel good. You should try to eat healthy most of the time, but if you wanna fill all those gaps easily, having foods like that will get you to your weight goal even sooner. So that's why bulking is probably the most fun time in your fitness journey, because you get to eat all kinds of foods, but you do have to be disciplined to make sure you eat enough. You have to strength train regularly, and you have to hold yourself accountable by making sure you take progress photos and weigh-ins to see that, hey, the actions that you're actually making are improving your muscle mass size and you're getting stronger in the gym. So if you do all those things and make sure that you know how to navigate those obstacles and stay committed, you're definitely gonna add muscle. So I know all this information might be a little complicated. You might feel like, oh man, there's so many things I have to do and I'm not sure where to start. Well, if you wanna come to my gym in Oakville, we're always here every single day, me and all the other coaches, and we help people build muscle and lose fat on a regular basis, and we're always here working. Feel free to reach out to us, and we're more than happy to go through it with you and help you with your fitness journey. If you liked this video and you learned a lot and you feel a bit more confident about the direction you need to go to add more size, then make sure you subscribe for more of my free content. Comment if you have any questions, like the video, it really helps my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.